Picture this. You're running on a treadmill, heart pounding, sweat dripping, but the finish line keeps moving further away. Sound familiar? That's your life right now. Endless tasks, notifications, and demands pulling you in every direction but toward yourself. When was the last time you stopped to ask, who am I living for? If you're ready to break free from the chaos and rediscover you, stick with me. This video will change how you see your life. Let's dive in. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a second. Feel that? That's the weight of the world you've been carrying: work deadlines, family expectations, social media noise, and the constant pressure to be on. We live in an age where being busy is a badge of honor, where saying yes to everyone else means saying no to yourself. But here's the truth: if you don't make yourself a priority, you'll wake up one day and realize you've become a stranger in your own story. In this video, I'm going to show you how to reclaim your life, silence the chaos, and build a stronger, more focused version of yourself using the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. By the end, you'll have practical tools to take control and stop living on autopilot. Ready? Let's start with a story that might hit closer to home than you think. Meet Gabriel, a guy who could have been any of us. Picture him, early 30s, always the first to arrive at the office. His desk buried under stacks of papers and post-it notes. The hum of fluorescent lights was his morning soundtrack. And the last to leave? That was Gabriel, too. Colleagues loved him. Gabriel, can you handle this report? Sure thing. Gabriel, can you stay late for this meeting? No problem. He was the go-to guy, the one who never said no. His boss called him reliable. His coworkers called him a lifesaver. But deep down, Gabriel was drowning. At home, it wasn't much different. His phone would buzz, family needing help, friends asking for favors. Gabriel, can you pick up my kid from school? Of course. Gabriel, can you help me move this weekend? I'll make it work. He rearranged his schedule, canceled his plans, and put everyone else first. For years, over a decade. Actually, he lived this way. Always available, always useful, but never truly seen. He was like the office coffee machine. Essential, dependable, but invisible until it broke. And then, it happened. One ordinary Tuesday, in the middle of another marathon meeting, Gabriel felt it, a sharp, searing pain in his chest. He brushed it off. Just stress, he thought, popping an antacid and powering through. But the pain came back, again, and again, until one afternoon, sitting at his cluttered desk, his vision blurred, his hands trembled, and the world went dark. He woke up in a hospital bed, monitors beeping, a doctor's stern voice cutting through the fog. Gabriel, your body is screaming at you. Stress, anxiety, exhaustion. If you keep this up, you won't make it to next year. That was his wake-up call. Lying in that sterile hospital room, Gabriel faced a truth he'd ignored for years. He had spent his entire life existing for others, but never for himself. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're running on fumes, giving pieces of yourself away until there's nothing left? Gabriel did, but something shifted that day. It wasn't a lightning bolt or a Hollywood montage, it was a quiet, resolute decision to change. When Gabriel left the hospital, he wasn't the same. He stood in front of his bathroom mirror, staring at a face he barely recognized. For the first time in years, he asked himself a question that stopped him cold. What if I was available for myself? That night, scrolling aimlessly online, he stumbled across a video about Stoicism. He'd never heard of it before, but something about the title, How to Live a Life of Purpose, pulled him in. He clicked play. The video quoted Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. Gabriel froze. He rewound the video and listened again. Those words hit him like a thunderbolt. His life, his exhaustion, his invisibility, his burnout, was the result of his own thoughts. He had believed his worth came from what he did for others. That saying, no, was selfish. That his value was tied to how much he gave. But Stoicism showed him a different path. It taught him that true strength lies in controlling what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your priorities, and letting go of what you can't. So, what is Stoicism, and why does it matter to you? Imagine a toolbox for your mind, a set of principles to help you navigate life's chaos with clarity and calm. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions or living like a monk. It's about focusing on what's in your control and letting go of the rest. In today's world, where we're bombarded with notifications, expectations, and endless to-do lists, Stoicism is like a shield. It teaches you to prioritize yourself without guilt, to work in silence, and to build a life that reflects your values, not someone else's. Let's break it down. Stoicism, founded in ancient Greece and practiced by figures like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, revolves around four core virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These aren't just fancy words, they're a roadmap. Wisdom helps you discern what matters. Courage gives you the strength to say no. Justice reminds you to treat others fairly without sacrificing yourself. And temperance? That's the art of balance, of knowing when to push and when to rest. Sounds simple, right? But applying these in a world that demands your attention 24/7? That's where the real work begins. Let's get practical. How do you start living for yourself without the world falling apart? Gabriel's journey offers a blueprint. First, he set boundaries. He started saying no to tasks that didn't align with his goals. At work, he delegated instead of taking on every extra project. With friends, he stopped being the default fixer. It wasn't easy. People pushed back. Some got upset. But Gabriel realized that those who truly cared respected his new limits. Next, he carved out time for himself. Every morning, he spent 10 minutes journaling, reflecting on Marcus Aurelius' words: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. He asked himself 3 questions. What's in my control today? What can I let go of? How can I make today meaningful for me? This simple practice grounded him, helping him focus on what truly mattered. He also embraced amor fati, a Stoic concept meaning love your fate. Instead of resenting life's challenges, Gabriel started seeing them as opportunities to grow. A stressful deadline? A chance to practice patience. A difficult conversation? A test of courage. This mindset shift didn't make life perfect, but it made it his. Here's the thing. Gabriel's story isn't unique. How many of us are living like him? Stretched thin, always on for others? If you're watching this, you're probably feeling that pull, the urge to take back control. Stoicism isn't a quick fix, it's a lifelong practice. But every step you take, every no you say, every moment you reclaim for yourself, builds a stronger, more authentic you. So, where do you start? Right now, pause this video, grab a notebook or open a note on your phone. Write down one thing you'll do today to prioritize yourself. Maybe it's 10 minutes of silence. Maybe it's saying no to a request that doesn't serve you. Maybe it's reading a page of Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. Whatever it is, make it small, make it yours, and make it happen. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button. It helps more people find this message. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video on how to apply Stoic principles to everyday challenges. Drop a comment below. What's one way you're going to prioritize yourself today? And if you want to dive deeper into Stoicism, check out the link in the description for a free guide on getting started. Let's stop living for others and start living for ourselves. Last time, we followed Gabriel's journey, how he broke free from a life of endless yeses, and rediscovered himself through Stoicism. Now, let's dive deeper into how he transformed his life and how you can too. Ready to take back control? Let's keep going. Imagine Gabriel standing at a crossroads. For years, he'd been the guy who never said no, the one who let the world dictate his every move. But after his hospital scare, something clicked. He started applying Stoic principles. And let me tell you, it wasn't a smooth ride. The first time he said no to an extra project at work, his boss's frown felt like a punch to the gut. When he stopped answering work texts at 10 p.m., his coworkers whispered behind his back, calling him unreliable. And when he finally put his own needs first, some labeled him selfish. Can you imagine the courage it took to stand firm? But here's the thing. For the first time in his life, Gabriel didn't care what they thought. He'd learned a truth that hit him like a lightning bolt. If you don't make yourself a priority, you'll always be everyone else's option. Those words became his anchor. Slowly, he rebuilt his life. He still worked hard, but now at his own pace, choosing projects that aligned with his goals. He still helped others, because that's who he was, but he stopped sacrificing himself. Picture him now, calm, focused, no longer a shadow in his own story. And here's the kicker: by prioritizing himself, Gabriel discovered something profound. When you're good with yourself, you can give to others without burning out. It's like filling your own cup first so you can share the overflow. This isn't just Gabriel's story, it's the story of so many of us. Be honest. How many times have you said, yes, when every fiber of your being screamed, no? How often have you pushed your own dreams aside because you were afraid of letting someone down? If Gabriel's journey feels familiar, you're not alone. But here's the question: how long will you keep putting yourself second? In this video, we're breaking that cycle. We're going to explore how to make yourself a priority, shield your mind from the world's chaos, and take back control of your life. Because, my friend, no one else will hand it to you on a silver platter. Before we dive in, if this is hitting home, smash that like button and subscribe to join our community of people reclaiming their lives. Drop a comment below. Do you always put others first? Or are you ready to say, I'm a Stoic at heart? Let's grow together. Let's talk about your morning. You wake up, eyes barely open, and what's the first thing you do? You grab your phone, notifications ping, messages flood in, and before you know it, you're scrolling through cat memes, celebrity gossip, or some random video about 10 ways to organize your sock drawer. 5 minutes turn into 10, then 20, and poof, half an hour of your day is gone. Sound familiar? It doesn't stop there. You're checking your phone while eating lunch, walking to the store, even in the bathroom. When was the last time you were truly alone with your thoughts? Here's the harsh truth: your mind has been hijacked. Your attention is like a pie, and the world, social media, news, ads, algorithms, is lined up with forks and knives, ready to carve it up. They don't care if there's nothing left for you. They want you distracted, scrolling, hooked. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said centuries ago, if someone tried to take your body and hand it over to a stranger, you'd be furious. Yet you let anyone who passes by manipulate your mind. Think about that. You guard your phone, your wallet, your car, but your attention? You give it away like it's nothing. And the worst part? You think you're in control. It's just a quick check. You tell yourself. But when was the last time you went a full day without touching your phone? Or worked on something important without the itch to check a notification every 2 minutes? If you're squirming right now, don't worry, it's not entirely your fault. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that our brains are wired for dopamine. That feel-good hit we get from every like, comment, or new post. Social media companies know this, and they've designed their apps to keep you hooked, scattering your focus and stealing your time. So, how do you fight back? Stoicism gives us the tools. First, recognize what's in your control. You can't stop the world from throwing distractions at you, but you can choose how you respond. Start small. Set boundaries with your phone. Try a no screen morning rule. Give yourself the first hour of the day to focus on you. Journal, meditate, or just sit with a cup of coffee and think. It's like reclaiming a piece of that pie for yourself. Next, practice the Stoic art of focus. Epictetus taught us to ask, what's mine to do? Before you say yes to another favor or dive into another task. Pause. Ask yourself, does this serve my goals? Or is it just noise? Gabriel started doing this, and it changed everything. He began saying no to distractions, whether it was a pointless meeting or a mindless scroll, and yes to what mattered: his health, his passions, his growth. Finally, embrace discomfort, saying no, setting boundaries, prioritizing yourself. It's going to feel weird at first. People might push back, just like they did with Gabriel. But every time you choose yourself, you're building a stronger, more resilient mind. It's like flexing a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Here's your challenge today. Pick one distraction to cut out. Maybe it's turning off notifications for an hour or saying no to a request that doesn't serve you. Small steps lead to big changes. If this video is sparking something in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more practical tips on living with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one way you're going to take back your attention today? And check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop letting the world run our lives and start building the one we want. We've seen how Gabriel took back his life by setting boundaries and shielding his mind from distractions. Now, let's tackle the root of why we lose focus and time, and how Stoicism can help you reclaim both. Ready to break free? Let's dive in. Picture your brain as a piñata, and every notification, every TikTok video, every shiny bit of clickbait is a kid swinging a bat, desperate to crack it open for that quick hit of candy, dopamine. To be exact, neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that every ping, like, or swipe triggers the same brain circuits as an addiction. It's not just a bad habit, it's a neurological hijack. Your brain gets hooked on instant gratification, making it harder to focus on anything that demands real effort. Ever tried to read a book, write a plan, or learn a new skill, only to find your hand reaching for your phone like it's got a mind of its own? That's not a lack of discipline, it's your brain being trained to chase the quick reward. So, what's the cost? Every time you give in, you're handing over control. You're letting algorithms and notifications decide what you think about, what you feel, and how you spend your day. It's like letting a stranger drive your car while you sit in the backseat. Wondering why you're not getting to your destination? Want to take the wheel back? Want to focus on you, your goals, your growth, your life? Then it's time to break the cycle. Relax. This isn't about throwing your phone into the nearest river. It's about making it work for you, not against you. Start with a dopamine detox. Think of it like cleaning out a cluttered closet. You don't need to toss everything, just the stuff that's weighing you down. First, turn off unnecessary notifications. Those little red dots on your apps? They're not your friends. They're tiny leashes pulling you back to distraction. Go into your settings and silence the noise. Email pings, social media alerts, that random game you haven't played in months. There are free apps out there. Focus at will. Freedom. Cold turkey. That can block distracting sites during work hours. If you're not using them, ask yourself, am I really ready to change? Or am I okay with staying stuck? Next, create a mental airplane mode. Imagine waking up to a quiet morning. No buzzing phone. No flood of messages. Just you and your thoughts. Make a rule. No screens for the first and last hour of your day. Use that time to invest in yourself. Journal about your goals. Take a walk and let your mind breathe. Or try what Gabriel did. Read a passage from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations to set the tone for the day. These moments are like planting seeds for your future, small now, but they'll grow into something powerful if you stick with it. Here's where Stoicism really shines. Every time you feel the urge to open Instagram or check a notification, pause, channel Epictetus and ask yourself, is this serving me? Or is it stealing from me? Picture it like a fork in the road. One path leads to your goals, the other to an hour of mindless scrolling. If the answer is, it's distracting me, you know what to do. Put the phone down. It's not easy at first. Your brain will fight you, craving that dopamine hit. But every time you choose focus over distraction, you're rewiring your mind, building a muscle that gets stronger with practice. Why does this matter? Because focus is the difference between dreaming about a better life and actually building one. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Gabriel started doing this, and it transformed him. He went from being a slave to his phone to someone who could sit down, work on his passion projects, and feel in control. You can too. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Now, let's talk about time. Be honest. How many times this week did you say, I don't have time, no time to work out, read, learn that skill, or start that project you've been dreaming about? But let's flip the script. How many times did you open YouTube, just for a minute, and end up watching a 30-minute deep dive into the secret lives of penguins? Or tell yourself you'd check TikTok for 5 minutes, only to lose an hour to dancing dog videos? Where did that time go? We've talked about how Gabriel reclaimed his focus by silencing distractions and embracing Stoic principles. Now, let's confront the two biggest thieves stealing your life: dopamine and time. Ready to take them back? Let's dive in. Imagine your mind as a bustling marketplace, with every notification, video, and shiny bit of clickbait shouting for your attention like eager vendors. Each one offers a quick hit of dopamine, that feel-good rush that lights up your brain like a slot machine. But here's the catch. Those hits are addictive. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that every ping, like, or swipe triggers the same brain circuits as gambling or sugar. It's not just a habit, it's a hijack. Your brain gets hooked on instant gratification, making it nearly impossible to focus on tasks that demand real effort. Ever sat down to work on something meaningful, only to find yourself scrolling through your phone without even thinking? That's your brain chasing the next hit, and it's stealing your control. This isn't about a lack of willpower. You've been trained to crave these distractions. Social media apps, with their endless scrolls and autoplay videos, are designed to keep you hooked. They're like digital slot machines, pulling you away from your goals. Want to write that book, learn that skill, or just spend a quiet moment with your thoughts? Good luck when your brain's wired for quick rewards. So, how do you fight back? How do you stop the world from carving up your attention like a Thanksgiving turkey? The answer lies in Stoicism, a philosophy that's like a shield for your mind. Don't panic. You don't need to smash your phone or move to a cabin in the woods. Instead, think of your attention as a castle, and it's time to build some walls. Start with a dopamine detox. Picture it like clearing out a junk drawer. Keep what serves you. Ditch the rest. Go into your phone settings and turn off non-essential notifications. Those little red dots are tiny traps. Not urgent messages. Apps like Freedom or Stay Focus can block social media during work hours. And they're free. If you're not using them, ask yourself, am I really ready to take back my life? Next, create a sacred space for your mind. Make the first and last hour of your day a no-screen zone, your mental airplane mode. Imagine waking up to silence. No buzzing phone, just you and a cup of coffee. Planning your day. Use that time to do something that moves you closer to your goals. Journal, meditate, or read a page of Seneca or Marcus Aurelius. Gabriel started doing this, and it was like flipping a switch. He went from being a slave to his phone to someone who could focus for hours on what mattered. You can too. It's about reclaiming those precious moments for you. Here's a simple but powerful Stoic trick: the pause. Every time you reach for your phone or feel the urge to check an app, stop, take a breath, ask yourself, is this serving my purpose? Or is it pulling me away from it? Picture your attention as a river. Will you let it flow toward your goals or get diverted into a swamp of cat videos? If the answer is distraction, put the phone down. It's tough at first. Your brain will beg for that dopamine hit, but every time you choose focus, you're strengthening your mental muscles. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, said, "You become what you give your attention to." Gabriel took this to heart. He started pausing before saying yes to every request or notification. And it changed everything. He began to feel in control, not like a puppet jerked around by the world's demands. You can do this too. Start small. One pause. One intentional choice. Over time, those choices add up to a life that's truly yours. Now, let's talk about time, that slippery, precious thing we never seem to have enough of. How many times have you said, I don't have time, no time to work out, read, or start that project you've been dreaming about? But let's get real. How many hours did you spend this week scrolling through TikTok, watching just one more video about dancing dogs or lost tribes? Where did that time go? The problem isn't a lack of time, it's that you're giving it away without even noticing. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor with the weight of an empire on his shoulders, still found time to write, reflect, and grow. He said, "Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice." He knew that every moment spent on meaningless distractions was a moment lost forever. Unlike Aurelius, our modern world trains us to waste time. A University of California study found that workers lose hours each day to distractions like social media and unnecessary emails. Imagine what you could do with those hours: learn a language, start a business, or just sit and think about what you really want. So, how do you stop the time thief? Start by tracking your time for one day. Write down every minute you spend on your phone, TV, or other distractions. It's like holding a mirror up to your habits. It's uncomfortable, but it's revealing. Then, make a plan. Set specific times for checking your phone or social media, and stick to it. Gabriel started scheduling 30-minute distraction blocks in the evening, which freed up his mornings for focused work. He also began using the Stoic principle of memento mori, remembering that time is finite. Every night, he'd ask himself, did I spend today on what matters? Or did I let it slip away? You can do this too. Pick one thing you've been too busy for. Maybe it's a workout, a hobby, or just 10 minutes of quiet reflection. Schedule it like it's a meeting with your future self. Because here's the truth. If you don't control your time, someone or something else will. Your challenge today. Take back 1 hour. Turn off your phone. Say no to one distraction. And spend that time on something that makes you feel alive. If this video's got you thinking, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs a wake-up call. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one thing you're going to do with your reclaimed time today? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop letting the world steal our time and start building the life we want. We've uncovered how distractions and wasted time keep us stuck. But now it's time to take action. Let's explore how to harness Stoic principles to stop the time bleed and start building a life that reflects you. Ready to make every moment count? Let's go. Picture your day as a bucket of water. Each hour a precious drop. Now imagine poking holes in that bucket. Every mindless scroll, every pointless browser tab, every quick check of your phone is another leak. A University of California study found that, on average, we waste 3 hours a day on distractions. That's over 1.000 hours a year. Gone. Poof. Vanished. What could you do with 1.000 hours? Learn Spanish fluently? Read a library's worth of books? Launch that side hustle you've been dreaming about? Instead, those hours slip away on cat videos, social media rabbit holes, or water cooler chats that lead nowhere. Where does your time go? When you look back, do you ever wonder why your life feels like it's standing still? It's not because you're lazy, it's because you're letting time leak through those holes. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, knew time was the one thing you could never get back. If you want to achieve something real, whether it's a new skill, a healthier body, or a dream project, you need to plug those leaks and take control of your time. Starting now, let's say you've decided to learn web design. You know it could open doors, maybe let you work remotely, start your own business, or just feel more in control of your future. You're pumped. You sign up for an online course, watch the intro video, and feel like you're on top of the world. But then reality hits. You come home from work, exhausted, your brain foggy from a day of emails and meetings. You think, I'll just rest for a bit, and grab your phone. A quick TikTok scroll turns into an hour of top 10 ways to organize your fridge. The night's gone, and your course? Untouched. Sound familiar? Here's where Stoicism comes in with a game plan. First, before you go to bed, write down 3 key tasks for the next day. Not a mile-long to-do list that overwhelms you, just 3 achievable things. For example, watch the first lesson of your web design course. Do 1 practice exercise, and review a few design examples. Keep it simple. If you check those off, your day's a win. It's like laying out a clear path through a foggy forest. You know exactly where to step. Next, ditch the "I need motivation" trap. Motivation is fleeting, like a sugar rush. Instead, use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll just do 5 minutes of this course. Open your laptop, start the video, and set a timer. Here's the magic. Once you start, momentum kicks in. You'll likely keep going, building a bridge from intention to action. Gabriel started doing this, and it transformed his evenings from mindless scrolling to meaningful progress. Finally, create focus blocks with the Stoic Pomodoro method. Work for 25 minutes. No distractions. Phone on silent. Notifications off. No quick checks. Then take a 5-minute break to stretch or breathe. Picture it like a boxer in the ring. 25 minutes of intense focus. Then a brief rest to recharge. Gabriel used this to carve out time for his goals, and it made him feel unstoppable. You will too. Each focus block is a step toward a future you're proud of. Now, let's talk about working in silence. A Stoic principle that's pure gold. Picture a small, dimly lit room, the only light streaming through a dusty window. A man sits at an easel, his brush moving with deliberate precision. He's painting, layer by layer, studying the play of light, the curve of a smile, the subtle tension in a muscle. He's not rushing. He's not posting updates on social media or seeking applause. For 4 years, he works in quiet focus, perfecting every detail. When he finally unveils his masterpiece, an enigmatic smile that captivates the world, it's clear, his silence wasn't empty, it was powerful. That man? Leonardo da Vinci. And his painting? The Mona Lisa. This is Stoicism in action, letting your results speak. The artist didn't need validation mid-process, he trusted his work. You can do the same. Whether it's learning a skill, building a business, or improving yourself, focus on the craft, not the noise. Resist the urge to broadcast every step or seek likes for your progress. As Marcus Aurelius said, do what is necessary, and accept what comes. Work quietly, and let your achievements roar. So, what's it going to be? Will you keep letting time slip through your fingers? Or will you plug the leaks and build a life that's yours? Imagine a year from now, you've mastered that skill, launched that project, or become someone you're proud of. That future starts today, with one small choice. Before you close this video, grab a notebook or your phone. Write down 3 tasks for tomorrow that move you closer to your goals. Maybe it's 25 minutes of focused work, a workout, or a moment to reflect. Whatever it is, make it yours. Gabriel learned this the hard way. But you don't have to. Every time you choose focus over distraction, you're sculpting your future, like an artist shaping a masterpiece. Don't wait for the perfect moment, it doesn't exist. Start now, and a year from now, you'll look back and thank yourself for making that choice. What's the one thing you're going to do today to take back your time? If this video's sparking something in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what are your 3 tasks for tomorrow? And how are you going to focus on you? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop wasting time and start building the life we want. We've learned how to guard our time and focus like Leonardo da Vinci, working in silence to create something extraordinary. Now, let's explore why silence is your superpower and how the people around you shape your success. Ready to let your results speak? Let's dive in. Picture a dimly lit studio, the air thick with the scent of oil paint. A lone artist, Leonardo da Vinci, hunches over his canvas, his brush dancing with precision. No audience, no applause, no social media posts boasting about his progress. For 4 years, he poured thousands of hours into perfecting every detail, the soft blur of the background, the enigmatic curve of a smile. While others shouted about their latest projects, Leonardo worked in silence, chasing perfection, not praise. The result? The Mona Lisa, a masterpiece that still captivates the world. What are you working on in silence? Now, think about your own life. How many times have you announced a big goal with fanfare? I'm hitting the gym, I'm writing a book, I'm learning to code. You post about it, tell your friends, soak up the likes and encouragement. But then, nothing. Weeks pass, maybe months, and you're still in the same spot. Why? It's not because you lack discipline, it's because your brain played a sneaky trick on you. When you talk about your plans, your brain releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical you get from actually achieving something. It's like getting a gold star for just thinking about homework. By announcing your goals, you trick your mind into feeling like you've already made progress, and the drive to act fizzles out. Sound familiar? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus had no time for empty talk. He said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. In other words, stop announcing your plans, do the work and let the results shout for you. Epictetus didn't seek validation or broadcast his intentions. He focused on action, letting his life's work speak louder than words. Imagine applying that mindset today. Instead of telling everyone you're going to get in shape, you quietly hit the gym. Week after week, one day, someone notices your transformation and says, wow, you've changed. That's the Stoic way. Results over rhetoric. Let's break it down. First, go into stealth mode. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Talk about what you've done. Picture writing a book in secret, pouring your heart into every chapter. When it's finished, you hand a friend the manuscript, and their jaw drops. That's the power of silent work. Instead of posting gym selfies, let your stronger, healthier body do the talking. Next, reward yourself privately. It's natural to crave motivation, but seek it from within. Celebrate small wins, like finishing a week of disciplined effort or completing a project milestone, with a quiet moment of pride. Maybe it's a fist pump in your room or a journal entry noting your progress. These internal rewards fuel you far more than fleeting likes. Finally, do the mirror test. Every night, stand in front of a mirror and ask, did I make real progress today? If the answer is yes, you don't need anyone's applause, you've got your own. If it's no, don't post about it, don't complain, just act. As Marcus Aurelius might say, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, embraced this. He stopped sharing his goals and started working quietly on his web design course. Months later, when he landed his first freelance gig, his results spoke louder than any announcement ever could. Now, let's shift gears. Imagine your life as a garden. What you grow depends heavily on the soil you're planted in. A Harvard study found that 95% of your success comes from the people you spend the most time with. Who's in your garden? Are they lifting you up, pushing you to grow, or draining your energy? Your social circle shapes your habits, your mindset, even your dreams. If you're surrounded by people who gossip, procrastinate, or settle for less, it's like trying to grow roses in rocky soil. But surround yourself with giants, people who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable, and you'll find yourself reaching for heights you never thought possible. Gabriel realized this too. He started seeking out mentors and peers who shared his drive for growth. He joined online communities of Stoic thinkers and web designers, swapping ideas and encouragement. Slowly, his mindset shifted. He wasn't just working on a skill, he was building a life aligned with his values. The Stoics knew this secret. You become the average of the people you surround yourself with. So, choose wisely. Seek out those who embody the discipline and focus you aspire to. Who's in your circle, and are they helping you become the person you want to be? Here's the deal. You have two paths, talking or doing. The first keeps you stuck, chasing cheap dopamine hits from likes and comments. The second builds a life you're proud of, one quiet step at a time. Start today. Pick one goal. Maybe it's learning a skill, getting fit, or changing a habit, and commit to working on it in silence. Use the 5-minute rule to get started, the Stoic Pomodoro to stay focused, and the mirror test to check your progress. And take a hard look at your circle. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? If it's the latter, it's time to seek out giants, people who inspire you to be better. Imagine a year from now, you've stuck with it, worked quietly, and surrounded yourself with people who lift you up. You're not just dreaming, you're doing. That's the Stoic way, and it's within your reach. What will you start working on in silence today? If this video's lighting a fire in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one goal you're going to pursue in stealth mode? And who's in your circle to help you get there? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop talking about our dreams and start building them, one silent step at a time. We've explored how working in silence and choosing the right company can transform your life, just like it did for Gabriel. Now, let's dive deeper into why your environment is everything, and how to build one that lifts you up. Ready to surround yourself with giants? Let's get started. Imagine your mind as a sponge, soaking up the words, attitudes, and energy of the people around you. If your friends spend their days griping about life's unfairness, dissecting the latest drama, or wallowing in negativity, guess what? That's the water your sponge is soaking in. It's only a matter of time before you start squeezing out pessimism too. This isn't some mystical vibe, it's science. Your brain rewires itself based on what it hears most often, adapting to the mindset of your closest circle. Who's shaping your thoughts right now? The Stoic philosopher Seneca knew this well. He said, "We become those with whom we associate." Picture Seneca in ancient Rome, surrounded by party-goers obsessed with lavish feasts and endless excuses. Could he have become the profound thinker we admire today in that environment? No way. Your social circle is like the soil in a garden. It either nurtures your growth or chokes it. Motivational speaker Daniel Habib puts it perfectly. Surround yourself with spiritual giants, not mental dwarfs. We're not talking about physical height, but mental stature, people with vision, ambition, and a hunger to improve. These are the ones who challenge you to level up, who make you believe in what's possible. On the flip side, hanging out with people who lack goals or curiosity is like trying to run a marathon with a boulder strapped to your back. Who's in your circle, and are they helping you soar or dragging you down? Let's paint a picture. You've decided to change your life. You've set clear goals. Maybe it's getting fit, starting a business, or learning a new skill. You're fired up, ready to move forward, but then you share your plans with your friends. And the response is a bucket of cold water. Working out? Don't overdo it. Life's for living, or a new project. Good luck. Those things never work out. Their doubts creep into your mind like fog, clouding your vision. Before you know it, you're second-guessing yourself, wondering if they're right. Sound familiar? That's your environment pulling you back, like gravity fighting a rocket's launch. This isn't about ditching everyone you know overnight. It's about becoming hyper-aware of who's influencing you and choosing better soil for your growth. Start by observing. Who inspires you? Who makes you think bigger? Who leaves you feeling energized instead of drained? Spend more time with those people. If you don't have them in your life yet, go find them. Join online communities, attend workshops, or connect with people already living the life you want. Can't meet them in person? No problem. Surround yourself with their ideas through books, podcasts, or videos. As Seneca might say, fill your mind with greatness, and you'll start thinking great thoughts. Here's where Stoicism gives you a practical edge: the power to say no. Every time you say yes to energy-draining conversations or commitments that don't serve you, you're saying no to your own progress. Picture your time as a finite resource, like a glass of water. Every meaningless chat, every toxic interaction, spills a little more of it. Start protecting that glass. Say no to gossip sessions that leave you feeling empty. Say no to people who belittle your dreams. Say no to habits that pull you away from your goals. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. Gabriel learned this the hard way. When he started his web design journey, some friends scoffed, saying, "Why bother? You've got a stable job." But he began filtering his circle. He sought out mentors and peers who shared his drive, joining online forums where designers swapped tips and inspiration. Slowly, their ambition rubbed off on him. He wasn't just learning a skill, he was reshaping his mindset. You can do the same. If your current environment feels like a desert, create a virtual oasis. Dive into books like Marcus Aurelius' Meditations or listen to podcasts by thinkers who challenge you to grow. Fill your mind with big ideas, and watch how your perspective shifts. Here's the magic of a strong environment. It creates a ripple effect. Spend time with people who hit the gym regularly, and you'll find yourself lacing up your sneakers. Curious to join them? Hang out with entrepreneurs, and their business savvy will spark ideas you didn't know you had. Surround yourself with lifelong learners, and their thirst for knowledge will inspire you to crack open a book. Your environment shapes your habits, and your habits carve out your future. Who's in your circle, and where are they leading you? Think about Gabriel. By connecting with driven, positive people, he didn't just learn web design, he became someone who believed in his own potential. His new circle didn't just teach him skills, they showed him what was possible. A Harvard study backs this up. Your social circle accounts for 95% of your success. Choose giants, people who inspire, challenge, and push you to be better, and you'll find yourself growing in ways you never imagined. So, what's it going to be? Will you keep letting a negative environment hold you back? Or will you start building one that lifts you up? Today, take one step toward a better circle. Reach out to someone who inspires you, send a message, join a community, or start consuming content from people who embody your goals. And practice saying no to what doesn't serve you. Maybe it's skipping that gossip-filled coffee date or muting a group chat that drags you down. Every no is a yes to your growth. Imagine a year from now. You're surrounded by people who push you to be your best. And you're closer to your dreams than ever. That starts now, with one intentional choice. Who will you connect with today to shape your future? If this video's got you rethinking your circle, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, who's one person or resource you'll seek out to inspire your growth? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's build an environment that fuels our dreams and start becoming the person we're meant to be. We've seen how surrounding yourself with giants can propel you forward. Now, let's clear the mental clutter that's holding you back and create space for what truly matters, you. Ready to declutter your mind? Let's dive in. Picture your mind as a desk, meant for creating, thinking, and dreaming big. Now imagine that desk buried under chaos, stacks of old papers, crumpled receipts, half-empty coffee cups, and sticky notes with tasks you don't even care about. There's no room to work, no space to think. You sit down, ready to focus, but the mess overwhelms you before you even start. That's exactly what's happening inside your head when you let in the world's noise. Every alarmist news headline, every social media rant, every piece of gossip lands like another piece of junk on your mental desk. Sound familiar? Each time you scroll through X and get sucked into a political argument, or flip to Instagram and see someone's curated, perfect life, or read about a crisis halfway across the globe, you're piling on more clutter. Your mind becomes a war zone of worries that aren't even yours. Anxiety creeps in, focus slips away, and you're left wondering why you can't get anything done. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus nailed it. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This isn't just about material stuff, it's about your mind. The more unnecessary noise you let in, the less space you have for what matters, your goals, your peace, your life. Here's the sneaky part. You don't even notice how much noise you're letting in. You think staying glued to every news update, every Twitter debate, every trending story makes you smarter, more connected, more in the know. But let's get real. Does it actually help you? Does knowing the latest celebrity scandal or global crisis you can't solve make your life better? Or is it just stealing your focus, leaving you stressed and scattered? Imagine waking up, grabbing your phone before your eyes are fully open. You see a heated thread on X about politics. Then scroll Instagram and feel inadequate next to someone's filtered life. By the time you check the news, wars, economic doom, chaos, you're already drowning in negativity. Meanwhile, your own goals, like starting that project or just making your bed, get pushed to the back burner. Why are you letting the world's chaos run your mind? Take Matt D'Avella, a content creator who was drowning in this noise. He was hooked on news, TV, social media, the works, until he realized it was robbing his peace. So, he did something radical. A year-long news blackout. No TV, no newspapers, no X updates, not even his wife could tell him what was happening. The result? His anxiety plummeted, his focus sharpened, and he had more time for his projects. The kicker? He didn't miss anything truly important. The big stuff, things that actually mattered, always found a way to reach him. It's like clearing a foggy windshield. Suddenly, you can see the road ahead. So, how do you clear your mental desk and take back control? Stoicism offers a practical tool, the 3-filter rule. Before you let something take up space in your mind, ask yourself 3 questions. Does this directly affect me? Can I do something about it? Is it worth my energy? If the answer to any of these is no, let it go. Picture it like sorting mail. Keep what's essential. Toss the junk. That political argument on X? Unless you're a policymaker, it's probably not your fight. That news story about a distant crisis? If you can't act on it, it's just noise. This isn't about being ignorant. It's about protecting your mental space for what you can control. Your actions, your growth, your life. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, started using this rule. He used to get sucked into every trending topic, every heated debate. But after his wake-up call, he began filtering ruthlessly. He muted notifications, unfollowed accounts that stirred anxiety, and focused on what moved him forward, like his web design course. The result? His mind felt lighter, like a room with the windows thrown open. You can do this too. Start small. Pick one source of noise, maybe it's news apps or a toxic group chat, and cut it out for a week. Notice how much clearer your head feels. Mental minimalism is about creating space for what matters. Instead of filling your mind with the world's chaos, fill it with purpose. Try this. For one day, replace mindless scrolling with intentional input. Listen to a podcast that inspires you. Read a page of Seneca, or journal about your goals. It's like swapping junk food for a nourishing meal. Your mind will thank you. And don't just stop at cutting noise, actively seek out what lifts you up. Follow creators who challenge you to grow. Read books that spark ideas. Or join communities that share your vision. As Epictetus might say, guard your mind like a fortress. Every piece of clutter you remove makes room for clarity, focus, and progress. Gabriel's transformation shows the power of this approach. By filtering out the noise, he not only found time for his goals but also rediscovered his peace. He wasn't just learning a skill, he was rebuilding his life. One clear thought at a time. What noise can you cut out today to make space for your dreams? Your challenge. Pick one source of mental clutter, news, social media, gossip, and filter it out for a day. Replace it with something that fuels your growth. If this video's sparking a change in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one piece of noise you're cutting out? And what will you replace it with? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's clear the clutter and start focusing on the life we want. We've cleared the mental clutter to make space for what matters. Now, let's tackle how to protect that space and embrace the discomfort that fuels growth. Ready to step into the fire and come out stronger? Let's dive in. Imagine your mind as a pristine lake, calm and clear, reflecting your deepest goals. Now picture every news alert, every social media rant, every piece of gossip as a pebble tossed into that lake, rippling the surface and clouding the view. Most of the worries crowding your head? They're not even yours. They're borrowed from an overstimulated world. That political scandal on X? That tragic headline from halfway across the globe? They're pebbles, piling up, stealing your peace. How many ripples are you letting disturb your lake? To reclaim your focus, use the Stoic 3 filter rule. Before you let something take up mental real estate, ask, does this directly affect me? Can I do something about it? Is it worth my energy? If the answer to any of these is no, toss that pebble out. Most news, drama, and online noise fails this test. You don't need to know every global crisis the second it breaks. Your mind isn't built to carry the world's weight. Trust me, if something truly matters, it'll find you. Like a letter slipped under your door. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, used this rule to stop doomscrolling. He muted news apps and focused on his web design course. And suddenly, his lake was calm again. Next, stop the news addiction. Constantly consuming headlines doesn't make you informed, it makes you overwhelmed. Picture your mind as a sponge. Every sensational story soaks up space that could be used for growth. Instead, invest in quality information. Swap out toxic news for books that spark ideas, podcasts that inspire, or projects that move you forward. It's like trading junk food for a nourishing meal. Your mind will feel stronger, clearer, and ready to tackle what's yours to control, your life. Now, let's get real. When was the last time you did something that made your stomach churn? Not trying a new coffee order or binge watching a new show, but something that truly pushed you out of your comfort zone. Maybe it was speaking in front of a crowd, hands trembling, voice shaky, or waking up at 5 a.m. to work on a passion project. Or facing a fear head-on instead of dodging it. When was the last time you felt that knot in your gut and leaned into it? Here's the truth. Growth lives on the other side of discomfort. Most of us see that uneasy feeling as a red flag, a stop sign flashing, turn back. But the Stoics, like Epictetus, saw it as a compass, pointing straight to your potential. He said, don't wish for things to be easier. Wish to be stronger. Discomfort isn't a punishment. It's the forge where your character is shaped. Every moment of doubt, every challenge, every ounce of resistance is a signal you're moving towards something greater. If you're coasting through life without that tension, You're not on the right path. You haven't even started. We all avoid discomfort at times. It's human. We crave the safe, the easy, the familiar. We want success without sweat, strength without struggle. But life doesn't work that way. The Stoics knew that every obstacle overcome builds resilience. Like a muscle growing stronger with each lift. Waiting for things to feel easy before acting? That's a trap that keeps you stuck. What's one thing you've been avoiding because it feels too hard? Take David Blaine, the illusionist who broke the world record for holding his breath 17 minutes underwater. No superpowers, just sheer will. He wasn't born with that ability, he built it through relentless discomfort. Day after day, he pushed his body and mind to the limit, training to silence panic, control his heart rate, and endure the unbearable. Imagine the burning in his lungs, the screaming urge to breathe, yet he kept going. His secret? He embraced discomfort as a teacher, not an enemy. Every grueling session made him stronger, until he achieved the impossible. You can do this too, not holding your breath for 17 minutes, but facing your own challenges with the same courage. Maybe it's starting that business you've been dreaming about, even though it scares you, or having that tough conversation you've been avoiding, or committing to a daily habit that feels hard but moves you forward. Discomfort is your signal that you're growing, not failing. Gabriel felt this when he started saying no to extra work and yes to his own goals. Each no was uncomfortable, but it carved out space for his dreams. What's one uncomfortable step you can take today to grow? A clear mind leads to a clear life. Start by decluttering your mental lake with the 3-filter rule. Cut out one source of noise, maybe it's news apps or a toxic social media feed, for a week. Replace it with something that fuels you. A book like Seneca's Letters from a Stoic. A podcast that sparks ideas. Or 10 minutes of journaling your goals. Then, lean into discomfort. Pick one thing that scares you and take a small step toward it. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of that hard task. And watch momentum carry you forward. Like David Blaine, you'll find that discomfort isn't a barrier, it's a bridge to your potential. Gabriel's journey shows the power of this approach. By filtering noise and embracing the discomfort of change, he went from burnout to building a life he's proud of. You can too. Every time you choose clarity over clutter, action over avoidance, you're forging a stronger version of yourself. What's one piece of mental clutter you'll clear out today? And what's one uncomfortable step you'll take? Your challenge. Pick one source of noise to filter out and one uncomfortable action to take today. Maybe it's muting notifications and starting that project you've been avoiding. If this video's inspiring you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what noise are you cutting out? And what bold step are you taking? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's clear our minds and embrace the discomfort that leads to growth. We've learned to embrace discomfort as a path to growth, forging a stronger self. Now, let's explore how to harness that strength by choosing where to invest your energy wisely. Ready to protect your peace? Let's dive in. Picture your brain as a garden, where every challenge you face plants a seed for growth. Neuroscientist Wendy Suzuki explains that when you push through discomfort, your brain rewires itself. New neural pathways form, resilience circuits strengthen, and you become a tougher, more capable version of yourself. It's like upgrading your mind's software with every hard step you take. But if you always choose the easy path, skipping the workout, avoiding the tough conversation, or dodging that project, you're training your brain to give up before it even starts. What kind of mind are you building right now? Every day, you stand at a crossroads. Stick to the cozy, familiar routine or push yourself just a little and grow. Discomfort won't chase you down, you have to seek it out. Try waking up an hour earlier. What's the worst that could happen? You gain extra time to focus on your goals instead of scrambling through the day. End your shower with 10 seconds of cold water. Yes, it's a shock, but you'll survive, and it'll wake up your resilience. Read a page in a new language, even if it feels like decoding a puzzle. Or send that message you've been putting off. Heart pounding as you hit send. The point isn't what you choose, it's that you stop running from effort. Each time you face discomfort, you're sculpting a stronger, more disciplined you. like a blacksmith hammering iron into steel. Here's the key. Learn to tell the difference between discomfort and harm. Quitting because something's hard isn't the same as stopping because it's dangerous. The discomfort of effort, like the burn of a workout or the frustration of learning something new, is temporary. It's the fire that shapes you. But the regret of not trying? That lingers forever, like a shadow you can't shake. The Stoics, like Epictetus, saw discomfort as a teacher, not an enemy. They didn't wish for an easy life. They built themselves to handle a hard one. So, the next time you feel that knot in your stomach, don't complain. Instead, try this. Say to yourself, "This is moving me forward." Trade complaints for gratitude, because every obstacle you conquer makes you greater. What if discomfort was your compass, pointing you toward the life you want? Gabriel, our friend from earlier, embraced this mindset. When he started his web design course, every new concept felt like climbing a mountain. But instead of giving up, he leaned into the frustration, telling himself, "This is growth." Each small win, finishing a lesson, coding a web page, built his confidence. You can do the same. Pick one thing that scares you and take a small step toward it today. The more you face discomfort, the more you choose yourself. Now, let's talk about where you're spending your energy. Picture an old man in a quiet village, his face calm as a still pond, untouched by the chaos around him. A young man, frustrated and angry, storms up and hurls insults. "You're a useless old fool. No one cares about your words." He expects a fight, a reaction, anything. But the old man just smiles, unruffled, and asks, "If someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" The young man, caught off guard, mutters, "The person who offered it." The old man nods, "Exactly." And the same goes for anger, hatred, or insults. If I don't accept them, they stay with you. That's Stoic wisdom in action. The old man didn't let someone else's poison seep into his mind. He knew what Marcus Aurelius taught: if something external bothers you, it's not the thing itself, but your interpretation of it. An insult only stings if you let it. A negative comment only derails you if you give it power. How much energy are you wasting on things you can't control? Bourdain data. Please note that I cannot generate images, but I can provide a detailed description or help with something else. We've learned to protect our energy by choosing our battles wisely, just like the old man who let insults slide off him. Now, let's explore how to manage that energy and embrace solitude to unlock your true potential. Ready to shine your light where it matters? Let's dive in. Picture your energy as a flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness of a chaotic world. Every time you point it at something, a petty argument, a minor annoyance, a meaningless distraction, you're draining its battery. How many times have you burned out arguing with a stranger on X over a post that doesn't even matter? Or fumed because your neighbor's car is parked slightly off-center, as if it's ruining your day? Or let a broken elevator turn your mood sour, when those extra stairs might actually do you good? Where's your flashlight pointing right now? Each time you waste energy on these trivial things, you're left with nothing for what truly counts: your goals, your growth, your life. It's like spending all your money on cheap trinkets and having no cash left for the things you really want. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, used to fall into this trap. He'd get sucked into online debates or stress over small inconveniences, only to find himself too drained to work on his web design course. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, knew energy is a finite resource. If you want to make yourself a priority, you've got to manage it like a precious currency, investing it only where it counts. Here's how to start. First, use the 30-second rule. Before you react to something, a rude comment, a frustrating delay, pause. Take a deep breath, and count to 30. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer's no. Let it go and move on. Second, practice strategic indifference. Ignoring isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Not every provocation deserves your response. Picture yourself as that old man from the village, smiling calmly as insults bounce off you. If someone cuts you off in traffic or posts something annoying, ask, do I need to engage? Usually, you don't. Finally, adopt the 5-year rule. If it won't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. That coworker's snarky remark? That delayed package? In the grand scheme, they're dust in the wind. Save your energy for what lasts. Now, let's talk about something most people avoid like the plague: being alone. Imagine a quiet room, no buzzing phone, no blaring music, just you and your thoughts. Scary? Maybe. But what if I told you that solitude is the secret weapon of some of history's greatest minds? Take Nikola Tesla, the genius behind modern electricity. His brilliance wasn't just in his inventions, it was in his ability to sit in silence, uninterrupted, letting his mind roam free. Hours of deep introspection, free from noise, birthed ideas that changed the world. When was the last time you were truly alone with your thoughts? Most of us run from solitude like it's a monster waiting to pounce. We fill every second with distractions, scrolling, streaming, chatting, because being alone feels like facing a shadowy version of ourselves. But here's the truth: there's no monster hiding inside you. There are only parts of yourself you've been too busy to meet. The Stoics, like Seneca, knew this. He said, "Nothing is more powerful than a mind that relies on itself." Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a sacred space where you discover who you are and what you're capable of. Gabriel found this when he started carving out quiet mornings for his web design work. No phone, no notifications, just him and his goals. Those moments of solitude didn't just help him learn, they helped him grow into someone he respected. So, how do you harness the power of solitude? Start small. Set aside 10 minutes a day to be alone. No devices, no distractions. Sit with a notebook, take a walk, or just stare out a window. Let your mind breathe. It's like giving your brain a clean canvas to paint new ideas. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, like sitting in a quiet room after a noisy party. Your brain will itch for a quick hit of distraction. But stick with it, and you'll find clarity you didn't know was possible. What could you discover about yourself in just 10 minutes of silence? Next, protect that solitude like a treasure. Turn off notifications, put your phone in another room, and tell the world to wait. Use this time to focus on what matters. Maybe it's planning your day, reflecting on your goals, or working on a passion project. Gabriel started doing this, and it was like flipping a switch. His mornings became a sanctuary where he could think, create, and grow without the world's noise creeping in. You can do the same. Make solitude your ally, not your enemy. Here's the bigger picture. Your energy and attention are your most valuable assets. Every time you waste them on petty fights or mindless scrolling, you're robbing yourself of the chance to build a life you love. Think of your energy as cryptocurrency, finite and precious. What are you investing it in today? If it's arguments, complaints, or distractions, you're bankrupting your potential. But if you invest in yourself, through focused effort, solitude, and growth, you're building wealth that lasts. Gabriel learned this the hard way. He stopped engaging in pointless debates and started guarding his energy like a vault. Those quiet mornings, free from noise, gave him the strength to tackle his goals. You can too. Start by applying the 30-second rule to one annoyance today. Practice strategic indifference when someone tries to pull you into drama. And carve out a few minutes of solitude to reconnect with yourself. Each choice is a step toward a life where you're the priority. What's one thing you'll stop wasting energy on today? Your challenge. Pick one distraction to ignore and one moment of solitude to embrace today. Maybe it's skipping that argument and spending 10 minutes journaling instead. If this video's sparking a change, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one way you'll save your energy or embrace solitude today? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop wasting our light and start shining it on what matters. We've learned to guard our energy and embrace solitude as a source of strength. Now, let's dive into why solitude is your key to freedom and how training your mind daily can transform your life. Ready to become your own center? Let's get started. Imagine sitting alone in a quiet room. No phone buzzing, no notifications pinging. Just you and your thoughts. Sounds unsettling, doesn't it? A University of Virginia study revealed something shocking. When given a choice between sitting in silence for 15 minutes or giving themselves electric shocks, most people chose the shocks. Would you choose the same? It's wild to think about. but it shows how much we fear being alone with our minds. Society has wired us to see solitude as a flaw. Picture someone eating alone at a restaurant. And the first thought is often, poor them, no friends. But what if that person is savoring their own company, perfectly content without needing a crowd? The Stoics, like Seneca, knew solitude isn't a curse, it's a superpower. If you can't stand silence, if you're constantly chasing validation through likes, messages, or noise, you're not free. You're a prisoner of distraction, tethered to the world's approval. What's keeping you from enjoying your own company? The more you avoid solitude, the scarier it becomes, like a shadow you're afraid to face. But there's no monster there, just parts of yourself waiting to be discovered. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, found this out when he started carving out quiet mornings. No phone, no chatter, just him, a notebook, and his web design goals. Those moments of solitude didn't just help him focus, they helped him find himself. Here's how to start. Try a silent day. Pick one day to disconnect. No notifications, no headphones, no distractions. Go for a walk. Feel the breeze. Notice your thoughts. It might feel strange at first, like stepping into an unfamiliar room. Your mind might squirm, craving a quick scroll, but lean into it. If you're feeling bold, take it further. Go to a movie alone. Sit at a cafe with just a coffee and your thoughts. Or take a solo day trip. Pay attention to how it feels. At first, it's like wearing a new pair of shoes, stiff, awkward, but soon, you'll realize solitude isn't loneliness, it's freedom. It's the space where you become your own center, no longer reliant on external noise to feel complete. Now, let's talk about your mind. Picture it like a muscle. If you stop training it, what happens? It gets weak, flabby, unable to lift the weight of life's challenges. The same goes for your thoughts. If you don't train your mind, it fills with clutter, automatic negativity, distractions, doubts. Instead of serving you, it sabotages you. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, knew this better than anyone. He said, "Your mind adapts to what you habitually think. As your thoughts are, so will your life be." He didn't just preach this, he lived it. While other emperors were consumed by anger or vanity, Marcus trained his mind like a warrior sharpens a blade. Every morning, he wrote in his journal, reinforcing patience, discipline, and clarity. Before every decision, he paused. Am I acting from reason or impulse? When the pressures of ruling Rome threatened to overwhelm him, he returned to the core. I control only my thoughts and actions, nothing else. Gabriel adopted this habit. Each morning, he spent 10 minutes journaling, asking himself, what can I control today? How can I act with purpose? This simple practice kept his mind sharp, helping him stay focused on his goals despite the chaos around him. You can do the same. Training your mind doesn't require genius, it requires consistency. What kind of thoughts are you feeding your mind right now? So, how do you train your mind like a Stoic? Start with a daily practice. Set aside 5 minutes each morning to write down your thoughts. Reflect on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and let go of what you can't. Maybe it's a coworker's negativity or a delayed project. Write it down, then release it. This is like a mental gym session. Building discipline one representative at a time. Next, practice the Stoic pause. Before reacting to a challenge, a frustrating email, a stressful deadline, ask, is this worth my energy? Am I responding with reason? This small habit keeps your mind steady, like an anchor in a storm. Finally, embrace solitude as your training ground. Those quiet moments aren't just for rest, they're where you sharpen your focus. Try this. Once a week, spend 15 minutes alone with no distractions. No phone, no music, just you. Reflect on your goals, your progress, or simply let your mind wander. It's like clearing the fog from a window, letting you see yourself clearly. Gabriel found that these moments of solitude were where his biggest breakthroughs happened, not just in his web design skills, but in understanding who he wanted to be. What could you discover in a moment of silence? Here's the bigger picture. A strong mind and the courage to be alone set you free. When you enjoy your own company, you stop chasing validation. You don't need likes, notifications, or applause to feel whole. You become your own anchor, unshaken by the world's noise. And by training your mind daily, You shape it into a tool that serves your goals, not your fears. Every moment of solitude, every intentional thought, is a step toward a life you've chosen, not one dictated by others. Are you ready to stop running from silence and start building a stronger you? Gabriel's journey shows what's possible. His quiet mornings and disciplined thoughts didn't just help him learn a skill, they made him the architect of his own life. You can be too. Start today. Pick one moment to be alone, one thought to train. The life you want is waiting on the other side of that discomfort. Your challenge: try 5 minutes of solitude today, no phone, no noise, just you, and start a daily journaling habit to train your mind. If this video's sparking a change, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one way you'll embrace solitude or train your mind today? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop chasing noise and start building a life we love. We've explored how solitude and a trained mind can make you unstoppable. Now, let's dive into how to prioritize yourself and take action, even when the world pulls you in every direction. Ready to make yourself the priority? Let's get to it. Picture your life as a busy train station, with people rushing in, demanding your time, your energy, your focus. For years, I was that person, dropping everything to answer a text, saying yes to every favor, putting others' needs above my own. If my sister messaged me while I was working, I'd stop mid-sentence to reply. If a friend needed help, I'd rearrange my day, no questions asked. Sound familiar? It felt noble, but it came at a cost. My goals, my dreams, my focus, they all took a backseat. My mind was like a cluttered desk, buried under everyone else's priorities. How often do you let others' demands derail your day? It took a toll, but I'm learning to change. Now, I train my mind to put myself first. It's not easy. When my phone pings, the urge to check it is like an itch I can't ignore. But I've started small. If I'm focused, I wait 10 minutes before replying. That tiny pause is like planting a flag in the ground, claiming my time as my own. The guilt still creeps in sometimes, but I remind myself, if I don't prioritize my goals, no one else will. Gabriel, our friend from earlier, did this too. He stopped jumping at every request and started planning his day around his goals, learning web design, building his future. If a favor didn't fit, it didn't make the cut. What would your day look like if you put yourself first? Here's how to start. First, create a mantra to anchor you. Mine is simple. My time is mine. Write yours down. Maybe, I am my priority, or, if I don't take care of myself, no one will. Repeat it every morning, like a battle cry to set the tone. Second, practice focus exercises. Try reading a page without glancing at your phone, or writing one idea by hand each day. Even solving a puzzle or brain teaser works. Anything that trains your mind to lock in on one task. Third, put distance between yourself and others' demands. When someone asks for a favor, pause, breathe, ask, does this fit my goals? Or am I saying yes out of habit? These small habits are like building a fortress around your focus, keeping the world's chaos at bay. Now, let's talk about the difference between dreaming and doing. Picture a runner at the starting line, muscles tensed, ready to sprint. But instead of running, they stand there, waiting for the perfect moment, when the wind is just right. The track is clear, the crowd is cheering. That runner? That's most of us. We say we'll start working out, eat healthier, learn a new skill, or launch that business. But we wait for motivation, for confidence, for everything to feel ready. Spoiler alert. That moment never comes. How many dreams have you put on hold, waiting for the stars to align? Richard Branson, the billionaire behind Virgin, gets it. His secret to success? Say yes before you're ready. He's jumped into projects, airlines, music labels, space travel, without knowing how they'd turn out. It's not about being perfect, it's about starting. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, lived this too. He didn't wait for the empire to be calm before writing his meditations. He acted, day after day, training his mind to stay focused amid chaos. Gabriel followed this path. When he started his web design course, he wasn't ready. He was scared, overwhelmed, and unsure. But he started anyway, one lesson at a time. And that action changed his life. That famous slogan, "Just do it," isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a Stoic principle in disguise. The difference between those who try and those who succeed often comes down to one thing: action. Most people don't fail because they lack talent, they fail because they never start. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, or when you feel ready? But every day you wait, you're letting society train your mind for you, pulling you into distractions and demands that keep you stuck. What's one thing you've been delaying that you could start today? Here's how to break the cycle. First, take one small step. If you want to learn a language, spend 5 minutes on a single phrase. Want to get fit? Do one push-up. The size of the step doesn't matter, it's the momentum that counts. Second, stop waiting for motivation. As the Stoics knew, action creates motivation, not the other way around. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to just 5 minutes of that scary task. And watch how you keep going. Third, plan your day around you. Before saying yes to others, schedule your priorities, whether it's 20 minutes of study, a workout, or quiet reflection. Gabriel did this, blocking out mornings for his goals. And it turned him from a dreamer into a doer. Here's the truth. If Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire, found time to train his mind and act on his goals, what's stopping you? Every time you choose action over hesitation, you're building a life that's yours. Every small step, whether it's ignoring a distraction, starting a task, or prioritizing yourself, is a brick in the foundation of your future. Gabriel's journey proves it, by training his mind and acting despite fear. He went from burnout to building a career he loves. You can too. Start today. Pick one goal, one tiny action, and do it. Don't wait for permission or perfection, just do it. What's one small step you'll take today to move toward your dreams? Your challenge. Pick one goal and take one small action toward it today. No waiting. No excuses. If this video's lighting a fire in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one action you're taking today to prioritize yourself? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop waiting and start doing. We've learned to stop waiting for the perfect moment and just do it. Taking action to prioritize ourselves. Now, let's bring it all together and commit to building a life that's truly ours. Ready to make it happen? Let's wrap this up with a spark. Picture yourself standing at a crossroads. One path leading to the life you've always lived, safe, familiar, but stuck. The other? It's uncharted, a little scary, but it leads to the version of you you've always dreamed of becoming. Every lesson we've explored in this journey, decluttering your mind, embracing discomfort, guarding your energy, training your focus, points to one truth. You are the architect of your life. Nobody else will build it for you. What path are you choosing today? Think about Gabriel, our friend from the start. He was drowning in others' demands, his dreams buried under distractions and endless yeses. But by applying Stoic principles, he transformed. He silenced the noise, leaned into the discomfort of saying no, and trained his mind to focus on what mattered: his goals, his growth, himself. He didn't wait for permission or the perfect moment. He started small. A quiet morning here, a focused hour there, a single step toward learning web design. Those steps added up, and now he's not just dreaming, he's living a life he's proud of. You can too. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistent, intentional choices. What's one choice you can make today to start building your future? Let's recap the tools you've got. Filter out the noise with the 3-filter rule. Does it affect you? Can you act on it? Is it worth your energy? Embrace discomfort as your compass, guiding you to growth. Surround yourself with giants, people and ideas that lift you up. And train your mind daily, like Marcus Aurelius, with small habits like journaling or a moment of solitude. These aren't just tips, they're the bricks and mortar of a life built on purpose. The Stoics didn't just talk about a better life, they lived it. And they showed us how. Now it's your turn. Here's the thing. None of this works unless you act. That dream of starting a business, getting fit, or learning a new skill? It's waiting for you, but it won't chase you down. The perfect moment doesn't exist, it's a myth we tell ourselves to avoid the hard stuff. Richard Branson didn't wait to feel ready before launching Virgin, he jumped in. Mistakes and all. Gabriel didn't wait for confidence to start his web design course, he just started. And you? You don't need to be fearless or flawless. You just need to take one step. What's the smallest step you can take right now? Try this. Pick one goal today. Maybe it's 5 minutes of studying, a quick workout, or saying no to a distraction. Use the 5-minute rule, just start. And let momentum carry you. Set a mantra to keep you grounded. I am my priority. Write it down. Stick it on your mirror. Make it your battle cry. And when the world tries to pull you back, notifications, demands, doubts, pause, ask, is this worth my energy? Protect your focus like a treasure. Because it is. Every time you choose yourself, you're laying another brick in the foundation of a life that's yours, not the world's. Imagine a year from now. You've been consistent, choosing yourself day after day. You've silenced the noise, faced discomfort head on, and surrounded yourself with ideas and people that inspire growth. Maybe you've learned that skill, launched that project, or simply become someone who feels at peace in their own company. That's the power of Stoicism. It's not about escaping life's challenges but using them to build a stronger you. Can you see that version of yourself? The Stoics, from Seneca to Marcus Aurelius, lived in a world as chaotic as ours. Yet they thrived by focusing on what they could control, their thoughts, their actions, their purpose. You have that same power. Every moment you choose focus over distraction, action over hesitation, you're not just living, you're crafting a masterpiece. Like Leonardo da Vinci with his Mona Lisa. It starts with one choice, one moment, one step. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for ready. Start now, because the life you want is built one brave, intentional day at a time. Your challenge. Pick one small action to take today, 5 minutes toward a goal. A moment of solitude, or saying no to a distraction. Write it down, make it real. If this video's ignited something in you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs this push. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more Stoic strategies to live with purpose. In the comments, tell us, what's one step you're taking today to make yourself the priority? Check the description for a free Stoicism starter guide to keep you on track. Let's stop waiting and start building the life we were meant to live. Your future self is waiting. Go meet them.